Why does silence feel louder than words? Like seriously. How can something that makes no sound hurt more than someone yelling at you? You'd think silence would be peaceful, calm, relaxing. But no, silence from the right person can feel like your brain just turned the volume up to 1000 on overthinking mode. Let's talk about why silence hits harder than any argument, any explanation, and sometimes even the truth. First of all, silence creates questions, and questions are loud. When someone stops talking, your brain starts talking for them. And trust me, your brain is not a gentle narrator. It turns into a dramatic movie director like, what did I do wrong? Are they upset? Did I say something weird? Are they ignoring me? Are they alive? Suddenly you're overthinking scenes that never even happened. It's like when someone doesn't reply for 2 hours, and you've already created 5 theories, 3 outcomes, and 1 emotional funeral. Second reason, silence removes clarity. Words give you direction. Silence gives you confusion. When someone tells you what they feel, you can deal with it. But when they say nothing, your mind fills in the blanks, usually with the worst case scenario, because that's what the brain does. It hates empty spaces. So when someone goes silent, your brain basically goes, cool, I'll just invent my own story then. Third, silence forces you to hear yourself. And let's be honest, we don't always like what we hear. The thoughts we avoid suddenly get very loud. Doubts, fears, insecurities. They start screaming in the silence. It's like being alone in your room at night. No noise, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts acting like they've been waiting all day to attack. Fourth, silence can feel like punishment, especially when it comes from someone you care about. It's the emotional version of talk to the hand. You feel like you're being shut out, dismissed, or pushed away without any explanation. Even a harsh sentence hurts less than not knowing what someone is thinking, because words, even angry ones, give you a clue. Silence gives you nothing, and nothing is harder to handle. Fifth reason, silence highlights the gap between expectations and reality. When you care about someone, you expect communication. So when they suddenly go quiet, your heart feels the disappointment loudly. That gap between what I hoped for and what I got makes silence echo inside you. And then there's this. Silence reveals truths we aren't ready to admit. Sometimes someone's silence says more than their words ever could. It tells you they're not trying. They're not invested. They're not choosing you the same way you're choosing them. And that truth, that truth is louder than any sentence. Another reason silence feels so loud is because we attach meaning to it. 2 people can go quiet for the same reason, but feel completely different. For one person, silence is comfort. For another, it's terrifying. For some, silence means safety. For others, it means rejection. Silence is like a blank page, and our emotions are the ones writing on it. But here's the twist. Silence isn't always bad. Sometimes silence is clarity. Sometimes it's closure. Sometimes it's the moment you finally see who's truly there for you, and who only shows up when it's convenient. Silence can be the moment you realize, you know what? If they wanted to talk, they would. And that realization might hurt. But it also sets you free. Silence can also be a kind of protection. Your mind gets quieter once you stop chasing people who don't value your voice. Your heart gets lighter once you stop waiting for answers that should have been given long ago. And here's the final truth. Silence is loud only when you're holding on to something that isn't holding you back. When you let go, silence becomes peaceful again. It becomes space. It becomes healing. Sometimes the silence that hurts you is the same silence that saves you. So if someone's silence feels loud right now, that's okay. It just means their absence means something. But it doesn't have to mean everything. Remember, words show effort, silence shows truth, and sometimes the things left unsaid tell you exactly what you need to know.